Chris, you've made a lot of Rovers fans very happy. Just tell us from your point of view how the last few days have gone as we've waited for confirmation that you're staying at the club.
Yeah, obviously a little hiccup with me not being around for the game a couple of nights ago, but just delighted to get it over the line. I just mentioned there, obviously it went down to the wire. It's pretty close. I think I only had a few more days left, but I've really enjoyed my football and really enjoyed the group here as well and the lads, which is really important, I think, if you're trying to build something. So yeah, just overall feeling would be just delighted to get it sorted until the end of the season, and who knows a bit further beyond that too.
Was it the cliched no-brainer because you've scored 6 goals in 6 matches, 6 goals in 4 league matches, so inevitably you were linked with other clubs as well. What made you decide that Rovers was the right journey for you to continue playing here?
Yeah, I've been a part of it and seen it and seen the quality that we have in the group, and understand, I think, the ambition here as well. So I've had a great amount of support both internally and externally with all the fans as well, and some well wishes from just about everyone I've spoken to. So that always makes a difference, and I think I've really enjoyed my time at the club, and hopefully people have also enjoyed me being here, and we can keep it going that little bit longer.
And why has it clicked? Why have you been so successful in front of goal, especially in recent matches?
A little bit of experience, shall we say, a bit of know-how. You're always, as a striker, I think, relying on your teammates to provide opportunities and chances for you. I'm always quite demanding in that respect, I think, of others. And I think people have delivered. So I do think there's even more potential as a goal-scoring unit. I think as a group, I think we've got many more goals in us, and I think that needs to come out. We've definitely got that potential to go on and be scoring more than 1 or 2 goals in a game. So I think that is what we should be looking at, I think, as an attacking group, but also as a team in general, because it can definitely help throughout the team if we know that we're capable of scoring at any point in a game, or we can score 2, 3, 4 goals. It can take a little bit of pressure off having to keep clean sheets all the time. So I think obviously it's about getting the balance right, but there's more in us, I think.
Yeah, because Tuesday was the first time that Rovers have failed to score in something like 20 games since the defeat at Peterborough. On the flip side, I think you've only kept 1 clean sheet at home this season in the league. So it's a work in progress, isn't it? But there's also positives to work on.
For sure, yeah. And I think I was listening to the game, actually, obviously the other night being unwell, and I'm pretty sure they said that in a lot of those games we've only scored once. So that goes back to my point that I made. 1 goal isn't always enough to win games, and I think as an attacking group we have to be looking at that with a bit of disappointment, but also a bit of excitement, knowing that there's more to come from that. But yeah, it's a difficult balance, right, for a team and a manager to try to get right in terms of how open, I guess, you want to play versus how many chances you want to create, and obviously keeping clean sheets. So that's kind of the $1 million question in football, and how you answer that is obviously different depending on the sort of team and players and the manager and what they ask for. So that's something that we'll be trying to get right between now and the end of the season, I can imagine.
Injuries are part and parcel of football, but to miss a game through illness, does that make it more frustrating? You said you listened on Tuesday. It must have been hard.
It does, yeah. I think that's, out of all of my years in football, the first time I've ever missed a game through illness. So a little bit bizarre from my point of view, and yeah, when you know that you're not kind of out for a long time or sitting on the treatment table, it's maybe a little bit easier to accept. So it was frustrating, more so that I couldn't help the lads, obviously watching them and yeah, wanting to be on the pitch, heading every ball, so to speak. So frustrating, and a frustrating result for us too. So I think we'll be looking for a reaction and to put that right on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, there's the potential that James and George could also return to the squad. What's the mood in the camp? A couple of weeks ago, you'd drawn at Norwich, played so well, but it's now 4 league defeats in a row. How, as a squad, do you turn that around?
Well, if you have the answers, you can let us know, please, because I think every single football club would like to know the reasons why all the time. We'll continue to analyse it and do our stuff. We've got processes in place, obviously, with the manager and having meetings and stuff in terms of why certain things are happening and what we can do about them, and come up with a plan, obviously. I don't think the mood's too bad. I haven't been around the lads for a couple of days. I've had to train today just on my own individually, so Seeing them at the end there, obviously in the dressing room and stuff, and I don't think the mood's too bad. I think there's an understanding that things have not been good enough of late as a group, and we are the only ones that can affect that. And I think that takes a bit of bravery and a bit of vulnerability as a group in the dressing room together to say the right things and be honest with each other. And I think that's how you progress your relationships, both as a human and also as a professional. That's the only way. We've got to be totally honest with each other and then understand what work is required and do it.
And whenever a footballer goes into their 30s, we start asking about the future, so I always have to apologise for that. But the fact that you're here for the rest of the season, the option of another year, I'm assuming very much concentrating just on the playing side at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I've had that question probably about 300 times over the last few years. And I still don't have a definitive answer. So who knows? Who knows where the journey will take me? I guess it's always a bit of trepidation, bit of excitement, and not knowing what's next. I guess the life of a footballer. But there's some things in the background that I have my eye on that I could potentially do. But I think first and foremost, I feel good enough. Fitness-wise, mentality-wise, I want to continue to play, and I think as long as you've got it, that hunger, I think, has to remain if you want to continue to play, and that's firmly still there for me. So I can't see in the near future me kind of considering anything other than continuing my playing career.
Well, it's good to see you back at the training ground, and go well on Saturday. Thank you.